Hello and welcome to Valley Viewpoint. Tomorrow is one of the most exciting track meets in northeastern Oregon, southeastern Washington area at the McLaughlin High School. And here to talk about that with me today is John Millison, their coach, and two of his athletes. So John, welcome to the program. It's good to have you back.
Yeah.
It's good to have Carnival coming back after 2 cancellations in a year because of the pandemic. Tell us a little bit about the history of this event. I mean, it surprisingly is even older than you are.
And that's hard to believe. Yeah, this will be the 85th year taken out. We lost 2 to weather in the past 10 years, and then we lost the 2 to COVID here recently. So this is the 85th year. Typically, it started out with 6 or 7 teams, and we're up to 28 teams. I think our all-time high was 30 teams one year, but we've got 28 solid teams coming in of all classifications from 6A Washington to 1A Oregon sizes. So it's going to be a big meet.
A huge meet.
A huge
How
meet.
many athletes do you expect to be coming from these 28 or so schools?
Oh, on an average, I'd say we're going to have close to 800 athletes.
Yeah, 800 athletes. Is there enough room in all of Milton Freewater for 800 athletes?
There will be at the track.
There will be tomorrow. That's great. Well, you brought some people with you. Tell me, introduce us to them.
This is Shaq Badia. He's a shot putter and discus thrower for us. And this is Maddie Perkins. She's a triple jumper and javelin thrower and runs on the relay for us.
Okay. So, Shaq, let's start with you. What year is this for you? You're a senior?
This is my senior year.
Senior year. How many years have you been doing track, including any that you may have done in middle school?
I started in 7th grade, and every year since then, I've been competing.
All right. Now tell us what a shot put is.
So a shot put is pretty much just a 12-pound just metal ball. Yeah, it's really all what it is.
And what do you do with it?
You just put it and throw it really far.
Okay, now I understand that right now you're fairly highly ranked in Oregon, and tell us what your marks are, and then tell us why you like to do these things.
My PR right now is 45 feet, 5 inches.
Okay.
I just enjoy doing this because I love it. You're just competing against
How'd you get
everyone.
started?
My sister started me out on this. She was a 6th grader, I was a 7th grader, and she said, come on, just come out for track, it'll be fun. I didn't want to do it, but I ended up really liking it and just continued with it.
Okay. So is your sister still doing track?
Yeah, she's a junior right now.
What kind of events does she do?
Shot put and discus.
It's a family thing.
Yeah.
Okay, for our audience's sake, tell us what the discus is.
A discus is a 1.6 kilogram disc circle, and you spin and twirl and you throw it.
Okay, so maybe our audience would compare it with something like a downsized frisbee or something like that, although you don't throw it like a frisbee.
No.
Right. Okay. Maddie, so you just don't look like a javelin thrower.
Yeah, I'm kind of short.
Like a hunter, you know? I mean, it's like a spear, right?
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about how you got involved with track.
Well, I like to consider myself an athlete, so I like to keep going all year round and just, I don't know, go. And it was the only thing we could do our 6th grade year, so I just got involved, I guess.
Okay. So you also jump, so you're a jumper and a thrower, and I understand that you've had some pretty good luck recently at a meet in Ontario with throwing. So what was your mark in Ontario?
I had 102 feet and 5 inches.
102 feet, 5 inches, and that garnered you a first place finish there, correct?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, what are your expectations for tomorrow? New PRs? This is going to be massive competition. These are going to be some really big high schools that are coming in for this. I mean, do you get up because of the challenge of all these people you'll be competing with?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it's a lot of adrenaline being in that big of a setting. So I guess hopefully we'll throw some PRs.
Okay. Sounds good. Shaq, are you up for this?
Yeah, I mean, my goal to PR and just do the best I can.
Well, John, tell us a little bit about the location, because I'm sure there's some people watching that are saying, "Boy, this is really exciting,"
Yep.
and tell us how much it cost.
As far as I know, this year that we're having open gate, so there is no cost. And to find Shockman Field, to say it's in behind the high school is kind of a misnomer. It's down by the golf course is the easier way to find it.
Yeah, so if you ask anybody in town, they'll know where the golf course
Yes,
is.
definitely.
And it's right across the parking lot.
Yep. And
Okay.
it'll be packed because they have a golf tournament that day as well.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So,
So you're going to have to park like 2 miles away to get there.
not quite. at Mac High anyway.
Because you're going to have, I mean, all these buses coming in
Yep.
with these 800 or
Plus.
more
Yeah.
athletes, plus their families are going to come and watch them. And of course, you have to have coaches
Coaches.
and all the people that
helpers.
are running the meet.
Yep.
Now,
Big number of people.
I know we're coming out of a pandemic, so this may have changed things, but in the past, there used to be a pretty good concession stand going. Is that going to be there this year?
Last I heard, yes.
Yes.
We haven't even got to that stage yet, but I assume it is because that's usually the big fundraiser for our FFA. So I'm
Right.
sure it'll be open.
Okay, so there'll be food there too
Oh,
for
definitely. Yep.
the people that are going to be coming into this.
Yep.
But the food's not free.
No. No.
You've been at this for a little bit,
A couple of years.
couple of years, 2 or 3.
Yeah.
What keeps you going with high school students and these guys, huh?
These guys like this, the kids are always, when they come out, they're always energetic and excited. And, my coaching job is real easy when I get athletes like this because they know the program and they know what they're doing. And so we just build every year that we possibly can. But the kids are what it's all about. It's for them. They're what make it important, and they're what make it fun for me.
Now, you've been through this for a while. We won't say how long, but you've been through some years when you're saying, we've got a chance for a state championship, and then you've been through some years when it's kind of lean and you're wishing you could talk more people into doing this because it's so much fun.
Yeah.
Where are you right now, and are you in a rebuilding phase? What looks good right now?
Well, basically, we are in a rebuilding phase because COVID just sapped our numbers way down naturally. We took 7 kids to state last year. I've got 6 of them back this year.
Oh, wow.
So that part of it looks promising.
Solid core.
Solid core. And that's what helps my experienced people pass along the good habits that they have to the younger kids, and that builds the program and keeps the program going. And so it'll be a couple of years before we're knocking at the door again, but we're building right now, and we've got good numbers in our sophomore and freshman group. So that's a good encouraging point.
Shaq, are we going to state this year?
Yeah.
Yep. All right. I like that. How about you, Maddie?
Oh, definitely.
Definitely. There you go. I like people that are positive. So, were you one of those who went to state last year?
Yes. I
Okay.
won districts last year for the shot put.
So, what's the motivation for state? And once you get there, what's the experience like?
I mean, it's a bigger meet than all the others we've been at, and just the competition there's a lot higher, so you get that adrenaline just so you want to compete the best you can.
That's great. How about you, Maddie?
Oh, it's a lot. Like you said, the adrenaline, it's great. Like I'm a bit of adrenaline junkie, so I like the big everything. I don't know.
Now, his sister's also a thrower. Do you have any siblings that are doing track?
I have a little sister. She's an 8th grader. She just started. This is her first year.
Oh, okay. So she's competing at Central,
Yeah.
the middle school, and probably will join you as a teammate next year.
Hopefully, yeah.
That's cool. Now, I think that you may also be involved in a relay?
Yeah.
Okay. 4x1, 4x4?
4x1. I don't mess with the 400.
So, what do you like about relays?
I like team sports quite a bit, so it's fun just getting the girls together and just going out there and having a good time.
How much time each week do you invest in your relay practice?
Oh, quite a bit. We try to do it every day and get those handoffs down, so.
Excellent, excellent. Well, how many kids do you have, how many students do you have on your team this year altogether?
We have 30.
30?
Actually, and that crowds up to 31, 32, and then drops back down, but we have pretty constant 30 all the time. So our numbers are up about 10 from last year, which is a good indication of how the program's growing. We are going back up, so that's a good thing for us.
Now, not that we want to drag up the last 2 years of COVID, but how are things different this year compared with some of the COVID things that we had to do?
The big thing is we don't have to wear a mask at practice.
Don't you guys like those masks?
No. We don't have to do temperature checks. We don't have to do the daily. There was a daily questionnaire that the kids had to fill out every day for us, so we don't have to do any of that. So that's so much nicer this year. We get there, they check in that they're there. We go start warm-ups, and we're into practice.
So you can actually practice this year without having to find out, do you have a cough? Do you have a temperature?
Yeah.
Did you lose your sense of taste? That's great.
We had a great season last year. I mean, we finally got in 4 meets, counting our district meet, and 5th meet was state last year. So we did get a chance to get some people to the state meet last year. So
that's excellent.
It was these two that are going back again this year.
Okay. How many newbies do you have new to the team?
Oh, 10.
So a third of your participation this year is new. Maybe they did track in middle school, but they're new to your team.
They're new to us.
Anyway.
Yep.
Okay.
And I think I've got 10 seniors or 11 seniors. So sophomores and juniors are, I got 2 sophomores? No, 2 juniors. And I've got mostly sophomore and freshmen.
So it looks good. Prospects are good for the future.
Yes.
Well, we're going to take a short break. And when we get back, we are going to talk more about the Carnival of Speed itself. Okay. And you will see information in the meantime about where the carnival is located and how you can get there. It is one of the most exciting athletic events this time of year. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome back to Valley Viewpoint. If you are just joining us, I am visiting with John Millison, the coach at McLaughlin High School in Milton Freewater, Oregon, as we talk about the upcoming Carnival of Speed. Upcoming meaning tomorrow, April 1. So, John, let's talk about some of the...
It's no fool.
April Fool's Day. Oh, I don't know if this is going to...
I had a couple on April Fool's Day, so
right.
I've had some good ones.
Is that the ones that got rained out or anything?
No.
No. Okay. Okay. Good.
No, none of that. And hopefully not this year. It should be great weather.
We talked about the golf course and the carnival filling that parking lot. So I'm wondering if you might have any instructions about parking that would be pertinent to tomorrow.
Get there early.
Get there early, okay. Now we should talk about when the event starts. So there are throwing events going on at?
The field events will start at 10 o'clock.
All field events will start at 10 o'clock.
Yep.
Throwing events, what these guys are in.
Right.
And the jumping events, etc.
Yes. And then we won't start running events till 12 o'clock, till noon.
Okay.
And by that time, hopefully we don't have kids checking in and out and we have to wait for somebody somewhere down the line. We have most of those field events taken care of, and we can go right on with the running events because we're going to have a couple running events.
Now, I've been to Shockman Field. It is not the largest parking lot in the world.
That's true.
And you got 30 teams and their buses coming in. You've got a golf event going on at the same time. If you're not fortunate enough, and I know that we have people that they're going to be working and they won't be able to get there till the afternoon, what else would you recommend? Is there street parking? Are they going to get ticketed?
There's street parking there. There's also the parking lot for the Baptist church. It's right next to the field, and they usually allow people to park in there without any problem.
Okay.
If they get there after school is out, which is like 1 o'clock on Friday, then they can park in the school parking lot as well.
Okay. And from the school to Shockman Field is a 5-minute walk?
If you crawl.
5-minute crawl. Okay, so that's a good place to park.
It's less than, it's a block. It's a city block.
Okay.
In Milton Freewater, so it's not very far.
Okay. Well, almost 30 teams coming in, hundreds of athletes. Tell me, how do you manage this chaos?
Well, we've been at it since February already, so.
Oh, wow.
It's been an ongoing process this year because we have a new athletic director as well, and it's a learning process for everybody. They're trying to revamp and do some things at the field to make it nicer for not only our sport but for football as well. So there's a lot of construction that's been going on there, and so we have to patch the holes and get everything all set up and fixed up, and it's a busy time. Once we get the program downloaded, it's a matter of running the meet, and kids understand how it is and how big it is, and they're pretty adept at getting to where they need to be at the right times. So that makes it easy for us.
How many people does it take to put on a meet this big?
A minimum of 40. We're going to have 20, I think we have 27 adults and 50, right close to 50 middle school helpers. So, I mean, there's 70 people, but anywhere from 50 to 70 people is not an uncommon number to run a meet this size. And
so are those middle schoolers going to be helping you move hurdles and do things like that?
some of them are going to be moving hurdles. Some of them are going to be raking pits, putting marks down in the field, a little bit of everything. The adults are going to be basically responsible for being the head field judge in their event, and but the middle school kids that are learning are going to learn a lot, and it's good. And then we reciprocate the next day, and run the middle school meet the next day, and it has 16 teams on Saturday.
Wow. So a huge weekend coming up.
Yeah.
Is it safe to say that this is probably the biggest annual event that the school district has to do athletically?
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, just by sheer numbers alone, it's huge. So.
Now, I know with that many people coming in, there probably are some concerns with safety. I'm sure that Maddie is probably trying to spear somebody out there so she can have something to eat for lunch. But how do you keep people safe in an environment like this?
We just ask them to stay off the track and off the infield as much as they can. We usually just allow athletes and coaches in the infield area. We've got the big throw areas cordoned off. We're looking to have a kid that's from Pendleton in the javelin that was last year's national champion at the high school level in the javelin.
How far can he throw?
He threw 224 last year.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's going to be the other end of the ball field.
Yeah. Hopefully everything will work out. We'll have the boys javelin and the girls discus, and there won't be any conflict. But we'd have a conflict if we had boys discus and boys javelin. So we have to juggle those events around as well. So, or make him throw first while nobody's there. But I think we want to showcase his throw if we possibly can.
No, that's huge.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you'll have press there covering the event?
The UB definitely, the local newspaper there, Milton Freewater, Valley Herald will be there, and probably the EO. The EO has been there in past years, so should cover it all.
Wow.
And you'll be there.
I'm going to be there. I am. Absolutely. Wouldn't miss it for anything. So, guys, as you look ahead, you get a big adrenaline rush out of this meet. How do you adjust for the rest of the season when you get back to normalcy?
Well,
Is there any mental adjustment?
I think it's the same.
You always think it's the same?
Yeah.
Okay. So it doesn't matter if there's 30 teams, if there's 10 teams there, you're still going to get out there and give it your best.
Yeah.
How about you, Shaq? Does it make any
like
difference
Maddie
to you?
said, try to keep it the same, try to compete my best I can at every meet, just try to improve in PR.
What's a typical week like for the guys who throw? Tell me what your practices look like.
We get there, we do tire flips, we do medicine ball workouts, work on our gliding, and we throw.
Okay. And how about you, Maddie?
Well, most of us are sprinters, so I do the sprinting workouts usually. Get the speed going for Jav and all the other events and just throw.
Okay. So when you talk with a coach and coach says, I think you'd be good at this. Oh, I think you'd be good at this. Do you ever argue with them or say, no, I think I'm better at this?
I try not to. That's kind of what happened this year. Just try everything, I guess.
You try everything and see what you can do. How about you, Sean?
I'm
Shaq,
like that too. Try everything. You never know if you're gonna be good at it or not. And unless you try it and then you try it and you're not good, then you know.
Now you're a senior.
Yes.
People on the team are going to look up to you. How do you give leadership to a team when you're a senior?
I just try helping them with whatever they're doing and try giving them tips so they could perform good too.
That's good. That's good. Now, one of the most exciting events I like to view at a meet is the pole vault. So, how many vaulters do you have this year?
I don't know for sure. We've got, I think we've got 6 that are working on it right now, but 2 of them are gone and 2 of them are hurt. And
okay.
From other events, not from pole vault.
Of course.
But we've got, because they don't do it at middle school,
right.
We're teaching a lot of freshmen
Right.
all the basics to get them to the pit and get them up. So we'll probably have 4 vaulters tomorrow in the meet.
Okay.
And they'll all be freshmen.
Okay.
So that's a good thing. I mean, that's a positive thing because it's been a couple of years since we've had any vaulters.
Right. So Maddie, how did the conversation go when Coach talked with you about possibly being a vaulter? Maybe that one didn't happen.
I kind of just told him I got other things to look forward to. I don't want to fall.
You don't want to fly?
No, that's scary. Going up upside down, just, I don't know.
Well, that's great. Any final instructions that we might offer to our audience about the meet tomorrow? We can review it. Starts at 10 a.m. with the field events. Noon, the running events start. Probably going to be, 6 hours of running events, would you say? Or?
I would say so. We have a lot of heats in the 100, especially everybody wants to be a 100-meter runner.
Right.
And so we have...
And for our audience, a heat is like a grouping of
and we only have 8 lanes, so we're going to have probably 10 heats of boys, 10 heats of girls in the 100.
So that would mean 160 athletes just in that one event.
Race. Yeah.
Wow.
And then other than the 100 are probably our big events are the shot put, the discus, and the javelin. We seem to have the most people in those. Big numbers, just big numbers. So, and it's going to be a long day. We're hoping to be done by 6 o'clock. We've always been done by that time, but you never know. Everything is contingent on how it runs. And we're working on making it the best meet we possibly can.
So if the weather cooperates and we have sunshine all day long, and we don't have to fool with rain and wind and snow and sleet and all the other stuff.
Everybody will go home with a sunburn and be happy.
Well, that's terrific. Hey, guys, I want to wish you not only a good meet tomorrow, but a good season, and I hope the whole team advances to state championships and you have a really good time there. Thanks for joining us on Valley Viewpoint today.
Thank you.
Thank
you
you.
for having us.
And thank you for joining us on Viewpoint. If you have an idea or a concept for a future Viewpoint, maybe you'd like to be a guest, or maybe someone in your organization would like to join us, why don't you just contact us at 509-529-9149. Or you can write to Valley Viewpoint at bmt.tv. For Viewpoint, I'm Dan Solis.